Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, a few days ago, there was a particular issue of land grabbing in Abuja, where Verydarkman came out to speak against the person of Wike, the FCT minister, over the move to revoke the land belonging to the family of late Colonel Paul Osakbanwam Ogbebor, and it was all trending. We saw the video. And the claims was that Wike had revoked the ogbebor property, which was allocated since 1981, and that it has been sold to a particular company, which incidentally is owned by one of the House of Rep members, who is a friend to Wike. Now, interestingly, Wike's aide has come out to reply it in multiple post on his X, which I'm going to share with you in a jiffy. Most Nigerians have also reacted to it. But first of all, let's look at the standpoint of Lere Olayinka, who is Wike's aide, and he's challenging those alleging land grabbing to provide evidence of ownership. This is really serious. Now, Lere Olayinka is a senior special assistant on public communication and news media to the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and he has challenged us using the social media to circulate falsehoods about their land being grabbed by the Federal Capital Territory Administration to provide genuine evidence that they own such land. In a statement, Olayinka also cautioned self-appointed social media activists to be mindful of being used to promote false claims. This was what he said. He said the most reasonable thing for anyone to do is to find out from both sides before going public with any issues. And he went further to say a construction company, Polusa Nigeria Limited, occupied the land as a temporary office under a temporary right of occupancy arrangement granted in 1984, 40 years ago. For 36 years, the company occupied the land, built permanent structures.
You want to destroy? We're taking pictures of you and making. They're streaming on the rice video. Look at them.
On November 18, 2020,
they came with the bulldozer. They're streaming on the rice. All of your faces are on. We're streaming on the rice. No, take that pictures now. We're streaming on the rice. People can't destroy now. Look at. They came to come and destroy.
A statutory right.
You people want to destroy. It's a lie. Why are you going
to?
Come and destroy.
Approval was granted to Polusa Nigeria Limited for a statutory right of occupancy subject to such terms and conditions. Some of the terms and conditions are payment of ground rent per square meter per annum, which was 50k per square meter from 2022 to 2023, amounting to 2.3 million naira, approximately payment of premium of 500 naira per square meter, amounting to 11.560 million naira, and payment of ground rent from 1984 to 2021, 37 years, amounting to about 43.1 million naira. However, for 20 months, Polusa Nigeria Limited refused to comply with the terms and conditions for approval, consequent upon the failure of Polusa Nigeria Limited to comply with the terms and conditions for approval granted for a right of occupancy on the said land. The approval was revoked on October 10, 2024, more than 20 months after it was given. From the above, it should be clear that Polusa Nigeria Limited never at any time owned the land. For instance, if a student who was offered an admission to university refused to pay the fee stipulated in the offer of admission and fulfill other terms and conditions for admission, can the student have any claim to be the student of the university? While counseling those who are desirous of doing human rights activism to be mindful of being used to peddle falsehood, Olayinka further said that my advice to our social media emergency human rights advocate is that they should always endeavor to investigate claims by whoever that is seeking their service. For instance, if the person who took his time to do that video had taken a simple step of investigating further, he would have been well informed such that he won't be used to mislead the public. The other time, a certain character who went to school in the night to study baseless black market law, who was on the social media ranting that the FCT minister grabbed someone's land. If he had studied law properly, he would have taken the proper step of approaching relevant government agencies for information on the said land. Our online lawyers would have been properly schooled that when you get allocation for a recreation park, building a school and a church on the land is a clear contravention of the conditions of which the land was allocated. He published some other documents pointing to that, and I don't know if this had been investigated, because according to the info on November 18, 2020, on February 1st, 2020, they had sent some conditions, terms and conditions to that body, according to him, And looking at all the amount that they are supposed to pay, I think it's almost approximately close to about 60 million naira, which they're supposed to pay. And according to them, they did not pay it. That's according to these guys, they did not pay it. And that was why, everything turned south. And, he further also wrote on the social media talking about Wike's aid. He went further to write so many other things. For example, he says here, in Nigeria, someone can occupy a government land illegally for 38 years, then get a chance to own the land legally and still refuse to pay for 20 months. And such a person will still get public sympathy when the government decided to take its land and give it to who is ready to pay. I mean, all of this clarification needs to be done because just like he rightly pointed out, as much as we are sympathizing with this man, we must also look at the position of government in respect to it. Also, in writing, Lere Olayinka further said that government wrote a letter accepting your request to formally own a land you have occupied since 1984. You got the letter since February 1, 2023 and simply sent to sleep. You were obviously thinking that government won't do anything now. After 20 months, government has done something about its land. You are making noise on social media. It's okay. Shebi, it was wicked that made you not to make the payment demanded by the government, or 20 months is too short to pay for the land you have occupied illegally for 40 years. My God, so many things they are just opening up. And you're going to hear another position where he said previously an individual who claimed to have studied baseless black market law was on social media stating that the FCT minister has seized someone's land. Had this person probably studied law, he would have sought information from relevant government agencies concerning the land. Our online lawyers would have been properly schooled that when you get allocation for a recreation park, building a school and a church on that land is a clear contravention of the conditions. I think that there is great need for someone like Verydarkman to come out and give clarification on some of these things, possibly meet with the family and talk to the family for them to give him idea about this whole thing, because it seems as though they just decided to bring him out and kind of make him look like a fool. Because if all this information provided are true, I think it means that's still government land. If what you had as your R of O and your C of O has those clauses on it, and you have written to the FCT administration about your intention of owning the land, and they have prescribed for you the terms and conditions, and you've not met it, then there's nothing anybody can do about it. They need to come back and reclaim the land. Now, another issue that just popped up was the fact that according to VDM, there was certain write-up that VDM was threatening the FCT minister and all of that. So he had to make that clarification, and this was his position. He said, I did not threaten Nyesom Wike's life. I am not associated with the WhatsApp broadcast making the round. It was only appealing to the minister to take a second look at the land document presented by the sons and families of late Colonel Paul Osakbawam Ogbebor, who was a war veteran and also the first cadet of the NDA Code 001. All the land document and allocations are genuine. There is this particular land I posted on WhatsApp regarding the land that Wike revoked. Someone edited my video with a new caption making it look like I am the one who did it. Please, I am not associated with threatening anyone's life. It's not in my character or nature. What I do with my platform is to speak up for people who are oppressed and seek justice when they are in the right part of the law. I have never threatened anyone's life before. So imagine that they will now claim I am threatening Wike. The only thing I did in that video was to plead that he could take a second look at those people's documents because they are so owners of the land. So many thing there for us to talk about. But however, I think at this point, let's just meet in our comment section and deliberate on this. For those who have more information about this whole issue, let's talk about it. What's your position in respect to the latest about that particular land? Because I think it's quite controversial. Do you think that this man did not have the right